Last video for the week. This Friday, you're going to be turning in your first checkpoint assignment for our new personal space rhetorical assignment. The basic assignment here that I'm asking you to do in week one is to develop a note-taking document to help you establish space and routine in your new physically distancing environment. Now, in terms of what we're actually thinking about doing here, it has a lot to do with the idea that this week a lot of students are going to be going through a little bit of a transitional period. So let's think about what that actually means, because online learning requires a lot of self-motivation from students, and designing your home study space and planning your daily routine will give you a sense of calm and continuity. These are essential to online learning success. So this checkpoint assignment helps you prepare for the second half of the semester and our new final essay assignment. This assignment is broken into three parts: your personal environment, your study notes, and your daily routine. In the first section, your personal environment, you're going to establish notes and details about your personal home and study space. This can be your dorm room, your bedroom, wherever you've chosen to physically distance yourself and give yourself personal space. This way, you'll be able to think about how the space and environmental factors may affect you while you're in it. In the second section, study notes, you'll review the work and time requirements you have for each of your courses. That's going to help you ground yourself more concretely to allow you to sort through all of your classes' new requirements and expectations, not just mine, and having an organized plan in one place rather than relying on your professors and instructors to maintain their Canvas presence with the same level of detail. This can provide a sense of stability and calm. And in the final section, your daily routine, you'll sketch out a tentative daily routine for yourself, identifying when you need to work, when you typically take time for yourself, and so on. Routine can be very important in keeping your studies moving forward and centering yourself during a time of upheaval. And it can help you maintain productivity when you're self-motivating for classwork. So some things to consider when you're looking at your personal space and actually paying attention to details that you may not have considered before, such as finding a comfortable place to sit, sufficient room for books, notebooks, a laptop, some kind of desk space, whether it is an actual desk, a lap desk, a pillow that you put your laptop on, your dining room table, comforting items, calm lighting, family pictures, a pet, favorite pillow, blanket, etc. We also want to hopefully find a place that has low foot traffic. It's not ideal, but it may not be possible. If your only comfortable space has others walking through it, you may need to establish some strategies to mitigate any disruptions. Headphones, for example. We also want to think about physically distancing ourselves, making sure that our space is socially distanced. You're not choosing a space that's outside of your home or your dorm or apartment. You want to use common spaces with high touch areas. That's going to increase the likelihood of asymptomatically transmitting the virus or acquiring it. So focus on staying in your home space and making do with what you have. We also want to make sure that there's minimal distractions. Some people are capable of successful multitasking. That may be doable for you once you've established an independent study routine. But for the first week or two, I would suggest trying to work without those distractions, letting your mind focus only on the task at hand. And music, while motivating, probably should try to find some peaceful music, maybe music without lyrics, so you can focus on readings or your notes. That ensures that your mind doesn't accidentally focus on the words outside of your study. Now, some things to consider in terms of routine, why it's important and what a routine might actually look like. When it comes to online learning, particularly when all of your courses are online, that's going to require a substantial self-motivation and self-efficacy to ensure your success. The environment you plan for yourself will help a great deal. You'll be more likely to work or study if you enjoy and find peace in the space you've chosen. but there are other factors outside of your control that may still get in the way. A schedule can help you find routine and security, can give your mind a predictable pattern to follow, and help you maintain focus. First of all, you want to make sure that you avoid scheduling strict study times unless they're required by your teachers for synchronous classwork. For instance, telling yourself that you have to work on English 1106 at 9:30 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays can be restrictive. It can feel like a burden. Avoid this unless you feel you need the strict discipline to motivate yourself to work. Only place courses in a specific time block if the instructor has told you they will require those kinds of synchronous meetings. But otherwise, you want to focus on creating a scheduled sequence rather than specific times. Include things in your routine that don't involve work, self-care routines, personal entertainment, reaching out to loved ones. All of these should have time set aside for them to maintain sanity. What you really want to do for this assignment is actually just fill out this brief questionnaire with details to help you gather your thoughts about your personal space and your study habits. So for each of the 3 sections for this assignment, I have a list of questions here that you can answer to help the process get going, just trying to find your personal space, what it means to you, how it reflects you, how you're going to be using that space. And so what I want you to do is follow this questionnaire and answer these questions with as much detail as you feel comfortable sharing. I won't go over each individual question here, but there's a handful for each one, and I want you to provide some level of detail so that you can get your headspace right. I'm actually going to be doing this myself so that you can see an example of what it could look like, as well as showing you that I have my own personal space and my own challenges in trying to find peace and productivity in that space. So look for that in a future update to our Canvas site. Our objectives here, we want to be able to establish a calming study environment for the remainder of the semester. We want to analyze the environmental factors that may affect your studies, review the daily or weekly work and time requirements for your courses, and establish a tentative daily routine for your studies this semester. So what is this going to look like? I'm going to give you an example, but go over a little bit of the formatting instructions here. Before spring break, we talked about standard MLA document formatting, and so I do want you to utilize that, practice that with each assignment that you turn in. Use standard MLA document formatting for your notes. Here's a list of instructions on how to accomplish that. You can feel free to write in paragraph form or merely fill out the questionnaire above, prompt by prompt. Word count expectations are going to vary. There's nothing concrete I can really give you here. Just provide adequate details and write in complete sentences. It's a note-taking assignment, so your writing style is fairly informal. Just remember, this checkpoint assignment is going to be graded on a 15-point scale, and evaluations are based on details, thoughtfulness, and communicating to me that you are engaged and that you're making progress towards your final project. If you have questions or concerns about this assignment, feel free to reach out during live stream office hours or shoot me an email to ask questions or set up personal conference times. Again, I will follow up this video with a sample based on my own personal space, and you can use that as an example of what we're expecting. Take a look on Canvas for the announcement for when that's available. Otherwise, just start gathering your thoughts, pay attention to the space that you call home, and try to jot some of those down. We'll follow this up in the next video. Thanks.